Cosgrove gets blunt, and the Norfolk County DA's office is, well, conflicted.
I think as I'm about to leave the case, it ceases to be my problem, if I can be so blunt. But
you can be so blunt.
This and more in today's video.
That is not my job.
Hello, 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 and welcome back, roommates, to another titillating edition of Alexasrewm, where we are not lawyers, we are not medical professionals, and we are not law enforcement. We are just people who have opinions about all things going on in the true crime community, including guy who looks like he yells at the pigeons at Central Park, getting blunt in court earlier today after Judge Doolin asks if the Norfolk County DA's office has anyone lined up to babysit the fake victim's case, now that he's officially tapped out as special prosecutor. As always, a big thank you to the Young Jerks for providing the best live streams commentary free on the YouTubes. Make sure you give them a like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already.
Mr. Cosgrove, I trust that you'll have communication with the Norfolk DA's office about a new prosecutor coming in on 240043. That's the domestic allegation.
They are aware of it, Your Honor. I think as I'm about to leave the case, it ceases to be my problem, if I can be so blunt. But
you can be so blunt.
Someone, I'm sure, will be in touch with the court.
All right. I'd call upon the Norfolk DA's office to see if they can have somebody appointed on that case.
Translation: not my meatball, not my sub. So this is in regards to Cosgrove yeeting himself off the roster as CPAP Daddy's understudy of the fake victim fiasco only, not the witness intimidation cases. Which begs the question, who, if anyone, is going to be dumb enough to volunteer as tribute? Well, it looks like the Norfolk County DA's office only has a whopping 30 days to figure it out.
Conducive to enticing a special prosecutor to assume my position. So we'll have to see what develops.
Okay. I'll make an order, Margaret, just as to 240043, the order of the court that the district attorney appoint a special prosecutor within 30 days.
It's like 90-Day Fiancé, only except instead of having 90 days, they have 30 days to catfish some poor bastard dude's dumb enough to want to ruin his career over some crazy chick on the internet, but to each their own.
Wanting people to feel bad for me or thinking that I'm a victim.
So if you recall in my video yesterday, we talked about Lindsey Gattani's 24-hour Twitter X-Bender, which was kicked off with the news that Cosgrove was going to withdraw a special prosecutor in her case. And this was the first tweet, I believe, that she had posted following, where she states that Aidan Kearney's charges were going to be dropped today, 9/24. I don't know if this was supposed to be something that happened at the hearing or if this is going to come in the form of some paperwork later down the road. I don't know. It isn't the end of the day yet, so I'll give her some time, but as of now, it seems like these are more lies as told by Ginger. And it's not to say that I don't believe these charges will get dropped, because where do they go from here? Right? They have no prosecutor in the case, and every person who steps up to the plate gets hit with the ball in their face, gets sued, or is in the firing line to get sued. So who the heck would want that job? I guess the rapture isn't the only thing that didn't happen yet. Still, I think we should all have a moment of silence dedicated to the man, the myth, the towel who put this whole thing in the motion.
Got him off.
God, Wendy must be so proud. Now, this hearing lasted a whopping 15 minutes and some change, which is longer than my acting career. The 88-page mega motion wasn't even touched, because whoever gets stuck with this dumpster fire of a case is gonna need a little bit of time to comb through. And to be honest, nothing really happened, aside from the Norfolk County DA's office realizing that they're about to get conflicted out harder than Lindsey Gattani on a Tinder date where the guy mentions he has a kid named Clay.
And this is to the Norfolk DA's
This
office.
is to Michael Morrissey in his capacity as district attorney, and we believe that the Norfolk DA's office now has an irreconcilable conflict, because it would lead to questions about how are they in a position as a future potential litigant
Yeah.
to start appointing people. So
Why don't you do this? Why don't you write up something, put something in writing to show your opposition? Obviously, I'm not going to, I think it makes sense for the district attorney's office to review whatever it is that you file and then make a decision on that, okay?
the last concern with that is at the moment, because Your Honor disqualified Mr. Mello recently in a decision. Mr. Cosgrove has been relieved, and this Mr. Novak has been relieved. This case, the 24 indictment, at this point in time is essentially stateless. There is literally, and I want to overuse the word literally, there is literally no prosecutor on that case for an indictment that is approaching a year and a half, almost 2 years old. There are still outstanding discovery issues, and obviously Mr. Cosgrove is no longer in position to deal with those. Yeah. But we just want to get this remedied as quickly as possible.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. So I think I'm pretty comfortable with my ruling that within 30 days, someone has to appear from the Commonwealth.
Okay.
Whether that's the Attorney General's office or another prosecutor's office or somebody. But somebody has to come in.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
Which is a funny suggestion, Doolin, because the Attorney General already said that they will not be taking this case.
Now Morrissey's, in the crosshairs in terms of his ability, his whole office's ability. So what is the option if the court decides that the Morrissey office can't handle this?
Who the hell knows? The Attorney General, who has already, as you've seen in the motion again and again, has refused to get involved. Why would anyone in private practice choose to get involved in this? Look what happens. You may get sued. Look, I don't know what they're going to do. It would be foolish to even predict. It seems to me the only right thing to do is dismiss all of it.
And just a quick shout out to Justice Serve TV for covering this, the only media outlet outside of Ton's CPU and other content creators who are actually covering these hearings. So make sure you head over to their channel and give them a like and sub as well. This interview will be linked in my description box as well. Now, because I gotta fill up some airtime in this video, otherwise it'd be like 2 minutes long, let's hit the rewind button and see exactly what unfolded in today's hearing.
Now, Mr. Cosgrove, have you had any communication with the Norfolk DA's office on who's going to take that case over?
Yeah, why is every time Cosgrove clears his throat, he sounds like he's hacking up his pancreas?
I have, Your Honor. My present understanding is that no decisions have been made.
There was another motion to withdraw I saw from another name I was unfamiliar with. Was that Mr. Mello's partner?
Novak, Your Honor.
Mr. Novak, who I haven't seen during any time that I've been involved in the case.
Mr. Novak, Your Honor, is a gentleman who I believe filled in, I'm not sure I have this right, but this is my recollection, filled in for Mr. Mello on one day when he was ill, I think before the grand jury, and entered an appearance for that reason. He's had no further involvement with the case, and I think it was just a matter of cleaning up the docket.
Helping out Mr. Mello.
So I may or may not have misspoken in my last video, but Novak, this other special prosecutor who was paid a cool $20K to pinch hit for CPAP daddy because he was out sick one day, was present during a grand jury hearing. So not a bad day for 1 day's worth of work, right? I'll take it.
So I obviously, pursuant to the motion to disqualify Mr. Mello that I allowed, I'll let Mr. Novak out of the case.
So this is probably one of my favorite parts of this hearing today. Cosgrove now explains to Doolin why he's withdrawing from the victim's case, or the alleged victim now.
Probably aware the reason for my withdrawal is that the alleged victim in the case is attempting to implead me in a civil suit between her and Mr. Kearney in the Worcester Superior Court. The situation does not seem to me personally, and I'm not speaking for the office, conducive to enticing the special prosecutor to assume my position. So we'll have to see what develops.
Okay.
It's essentially like being a pimp who gets dumped by their hooker. So then they go on to schedule a date to argue the motion to dismiss. No, this won't be the fun and exciting evidentiary hearing. It'll just be the attorneys arguing it, which will still be entertaining because Batman will be taking the lead on that. But it looks like we'll be back in court for that on December 5th, which I guess gives the old man enough time to learn how to pull up a YouTube presentation. So the only other thing of note, in my opinion, that came out of this hearing was when Bradel popped off about how certain discovery items that have been redacted and might be embarrassing for, I don't know, certain elected meatballs should go to Unimpound Town, as coined by the great Nurse Kim.
As the court will certainly remember, we maintain our objection about public materials, about public officials, that, the risk of embarrassment, et cetera, is not a grounds to, hide something from the public. And, a lot of this stuff, the trend has been in the last few years to make police misconduct issues publicly accessible. So, Mr. Kearney shouldn't have less rights than everybody else out there. There's no First Amendment exception for Aidan Kearney that he can't have things that the public can have. So this is one of those issues where, we maintain our objection that there's no reason to impound these items.
And I mean, that's pretty much the skinny of it, folks. So I will link this hearing in my description box below. It starts around the 1:04 mark, meaning 1 hour and 4 minutes. So again, make sure you give them a like and subscribe on your way out of this video. Cosgrove also in a last-ditch effort, I guess, to help Lindsey in some way, brings up the phone extraction, which was leaked all over the Twitter X's a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't leaked by Turtle Boy, though, so I don't really get why this was brought up, especially, too, when Cosgrove is swiftly reminded that he is no longer prosecting this case. So what you have to say right now, homie, doesn't really matter, to put it bluntly. But as outrageous as this might sound, I kind of get the vibe that Doolin is enjoying presiding over these cases, which maybe is why he keeps allowing the Commonwealth to continue to kick the can down the metaphorical road. Realistically, it just seems like this is a big fat waste of everybody's time and taxpayer money, but I think Mark Betterow summed it up best.
This case is on life support. There's no prosecutor. Literally, there is literally no prosecutor on the 2024 case. One was removed by the court for making himself a witness. Two have had to withdraw for various reasons. The alleged victim in that case is suing anybody and everybody in connection with that case. Who's taking that case? Would you?
But I want to know what you guys think in the comments section below. And with that being said, if you enjoyed today's content, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video from me, and make sure you hit that like button, because that tells the YouTube algorithm that other people might want to watch this thing too, and it is kind of important. It's clear as day that the mainstream media has absolutely no interest in covering this case, although I did see Court TV post something up, so we shall see if more eyes and ears get drawn in over time. I mean, it can't be ignored. And I can only hope that this gets the national spotlight that this case deserves, because this affects everybody. The First Amendment is a hot topic of discussion right now in this country. So, and that's what this entire case is about, is rooted in protecting our First Amendment rights. So if you're down with that, I'm down with you. Until next time.
Ms. Kearney has filed a pro se motion, which sets forth